All right, so let's see what's coming up next. All right, here we go. Another word problem. Rewrite a formula. A worker at a framing store is making a rectangular frame. He knows that the perimeter of the frame is 144 inches and the length is 40 inches. How can he determine the width of the frame? All right, so this is very much a geometry related question, right? So we have a shape of a rectangle, which you can see here in the picture. We know the perimeter is 144 inches, and we know the length is 40 inches, and we need to find the width, right? So we are going to use our formula for the perimeter of a rectangle, which is perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Let's remind you that perimeter is the distance around the figure. And in this picture, so they're letting the 40 inches be the length. So this is also a length. This bottom side is a width. This is also a width. So there's 2 widths that make up part of the perimeter and 2 lengths. Now we need to determine the width. So we need to solve this for W. So what is happening to the W? Well, the W is being multiplied by 2 and it's being added with positive 2L. So the first thing we have to do is get rid of the 2L by subtracting 2L on both sides. Now notice on the left-hand side, this P does not combine with the 2L, so it's just going to be this, P minus 2L. The 2L's cancel. That's going to equal 2W. And now we need to divide by 2 to get rid of the 2 there. And we can do a couple things here, right? So first off, you can just put it over the whole thing. And again, this would not change. So this would just be P minus 2L over 2 equals W. And that could be one of your answers, right? That could be one of the solved for W. Or what you're doing here, and let me rewrite this equation again. So P minus 2L equals 2W. Or what you could do is when you divide by 2, because there's subtraction going on here, you're going to distribute this 2 amongst the subtraction to divide everything by 2. So you get P over 2 minus, now here the 2's cancel and L just comes by itself. That equals W. So again, this is another or. Either one of those would work for you. So I think I'm going to go with this first one here, just because it's, I think, simpler. So now they gave us some numbers. So they gave us that the perimeter is 144, so that's my P. They gave us that the length is 40, so that's my L. So we're going to plug in 144 for P and 40 for L. So let's take this equation over here. So W equals, so we're going to do 144 minus 2 times 40 divided by 2. And the beauty is that you just type that in your calculator all at once. 144 minus 2 times 40 divided by 2. And that's going to be 32. Your width is going to be 32 inches. I don't know what I just did there. Hold on. 32 inches. Okay. Good. All right. Last one. Apply formula. So it says, according to Tio's bread recipe, he should bake the bread at 190 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. His oven measures temperature in Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit. To what temperature in degrees Fahrenheit should he set his oven? All right, so right now, this equation here is solved for C. So if he knew his degrees Fahrenheit, he can plug it in and get the Celsius out. Well, he knows his Celsius temperature, 190. So we need to solve this equation for F. So I'm going to bring it over here. So we have C equals 5/9 times F minus 32. And again, we want to solve this for F. So what is happening to this F? Well, inside the parentheses, being subtracted by 32, and then it's being multiplied by this fraction 5/9. So we could distribute the 5/9 in there if we wanted to, or to undo the multiplication by this 5/9, we're going to then multiply by the reciprocal 9/5. On the left-hand side, you just put 9/5 C equals, on the right-hand side, the 5/9 and the 9/5 cancel. That means these parentheses aren't needed, and the F minus 32 drops on down. And now to get f by itself, we're going to add 32. We're going to add 32. Now this 9/5 cannot be added to the 32 because the 9/5 is attached to this c. So we're just going to write the 32 after it. So 9/5 c plus 32. That's going to equal f. And the 32's cancel. So here is our equation for temperature solved for f. So now we can input 190 in for C, right? That's our C, and we can get our Fahrenheit temperature. So F equals 9/5 times 190 plus 32. And when you type that in your calculator, you get a temperature of 374. So he needs to set his oven for 374 degrees Fahrenheit, which is kind of an odd setting because I think usually it's like, on the fives, right? So, but that's what we get. So there you go. So again, these little equations, don't let them bug you, okay? A lot of people get scared because they see multiple variables. Don't. Take a breath. Just ask yourself, what is happening to the variable I want to solve for? And unsolve it in reverse order using inverses, okay? All right, so thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.